Today we will talk about how to stop judging other people around us and accept them for who they really are. I think most of us have encountered these negative thoughts that someone else should act in a different way. We somehow think that the way we live is the right thing, or we see some other action, some other thought pattern of other people. We kind of don't understand why the person acted like this, instead of feeling this acceptance and freedom for all of us to do whatever we want to. And in today's video, I will share how to change this pattern, this habit of judging others, turn it into acceptance that will ultimately also lead to self-acceptance, self-love, and just a more harmonious life for everyone in this world. Welcome to my channel. My name is Samanta. In this channel, I share videos about spirituality, self-development, share my inside stories that help to open your heart and live life in a much more happier way. As a person who loves introspection and analyzing my own thoughts, life, and where it all leads me to, I often reflect whether today I might have thought about someone badly. I analyze it, I change it, and I create new habit that will serve me and others. So bring to your mind maybe some situations, people that you have judged. It might be maybe your loved ones, and you want to help them by saying that you should change that in your personality or that in your habits, that you should act in a different way. We do it from a loving perspective, but in the end, we want the other people to change because we think that our view on life is superior to theirs. Or it might be just a stranger who walks on the street and you, with your thoughts, slightly judge how they look, how they act, how they make choices in their lives. And remember that every negative energy thought that we put out into this world, it always comes back to us. What we give away is what we receive. That is why when we get really conscious about it, we can change it and our life is also gonna change. So when you judge someone else, you consider yourself superior, as if you are the judge of the world and you can decide what is the good thing, what is the bad thing. In your world, this is the objective. For example, that you should always look accurately and clean. The other person who you meet in life contradicts these beliefs, and you start to put your belief superior value. Because it, of course, makes sense that every person should look accurate and clean. But think about it, where did this belief come from? You were not born with it. Most probably someone told you. And as you start analyzing where your beliefs come from, they're often not yours. It's okay to have values, to believe what is important to you, but it crosses the boundary of the other person when you start imposing this belief on other. Life will always give us a painful lesson when we express something negative, because when we express the emotion of judgment, it's expressing something negative to our world, and we always will get some kind of lesson in life. We will not be able maybe to connect these two situations. I judge that person, and maybe after months someone meaningful to me will judge my behavior, and that will hurt me. But it will be actually the teaching that what you give is what you get, and in the end we are not the judges here to give some kind of statements. The more you judge other people, the more it becomes a habit and you get even less conscious about it. So if right now you spotted yourself on the thought that yes, I actually do that, it's already a big step. Right now all you need is a plan how to analyze it, go through it, and change the pattern. And I will give you this plan right now. First of all, analyze in which aspects, which people do you judge. The best way is that you write it down so that you have a clear overview, and give it a time. Sometimes we don't even realize how many people we judge, from the person at the cashier, or just someone in the bus, or someone on Instagram, please write everything down and how exactly do you judge them. Then right next to it, what is the belief behind it? For example, if you judge the person by their looks, you probably have some kind of belief connected how they look, that the person should always look like X, Y, Z. Write down the belief that was under that situation. Step 2. Analyze, where did this belief come from? Did it come from your parents, other family members, friends, maybe from your experience, maybe painful one? Think about it, where it formed for you and at which moment in time you started considering it the only true one. Step 3. Can you imagine other scenario where the opposite belief could be formed in your life? For example, if you had different parents and they said to you the opposite belief and all your life would be living by it, would you still judge that other person about their looks? Or if you had different experience in life, if you had met different people and felt different emotions in that situation, is there any chance your belief would be different? Think about it, maybe pause the video. In the end, you'll probably arrive at a situation that this belief formed into your life only because you had these specific events, specific people in your life, and the other person had a completely different life path. They had different parents, they had different experiences, different everything, just completely everything. And imagine if it's actually have a true story of the person, for example, who never valued their looks because they were born in a very poor family where there wasn't really a standard for looks, it was just surviving. And if I was born in those kind of circumstances, I would think the same way. And this point includes the empathy. Can you empathize with that person and understand that the way their beliefs had formed is a very unique and understandable why they act like this these days? Next point. Think about the situation in one more way. Do you maybe judge yourself by the thing you judge others? So again, as the same example as appearance, if you judge someone else by their appearance, maybe it is just a mirror of how you judge yourself by your looks. For example, you don't allow yourself to go out of your home if you don't look a certain way. You get worried if you meet your parents who might judge you about your looks, or you inside you just create this negative, some kind of patterns, or you cannot love yourself unless you look or act certain way. Think about it, because most of the things how we express ourselves is just the mirror of our inner world and our relationship with ourselves. And the next step is actually healing this important moment. If you have noticed some self-judgment about the specific topic you were judging others, I want you to imagine that you are in this situation where you don't like how you look. If you judge about how you expressed yourself, like any judgments that you wrote down, and imagine you doing it, the situation, the feelings that come up, and you say to yourself, I accept you, I love you the way you are. And just bring this accepting, loving energy to that situation, to yourself. And I want you to be conscious about it from now on a daily basis. And every time you encounter some judgment towards others, towards yourself, you can say, instead of, oh, I don't like how they look, saying, I accept the way I look no matter what I have on. I accept that I'm beautiful no matter how I look today. So instead of focusing on the other person, remember that it's still about you and you have to heal this thing with yourself. And the last point, similar to the previous one, if you still encounter sometimes these judgments and in the moment you cannot handle them, in the evening, please think again about the situation and just visualize How would you have felt and handled it differently if you turned on your empathy, if you realized that you're not the God to judge everyone else, if you realize it's probably your problem, not their problem? And with all of this understanding and new conscious pattern, you go through that situation, and instead of thinking something bad, you just smile, you breathe out, you let go, and continue to live your life. Remember that the person who should work on themselves and change something is the one who's experienced some negative emotions. The other person has no idea. Maybe they're so satisfied with their lives and exactly what they're doing, and it's you who is judging that should be working on the situation. And you should be also grateful for universe just highlighting what you should work on more. So that was it. I don't know, as I was telling it to you, I felt myself how my heart opens, how I feel more acceptance for myself, for others, because it's a constant reminder. These things always appear in our lives because so many other people are judging and saying this is white, this is black, and we forget that we are not here to compete, to like determine who is better or worse. And we should cultivate this conscious habit that we all can accept each other the way we are. Comment below if this was useful, which point exactly. Maybe you tried this whole step-by-step plan, and see you in my next video. Bye!